those are my three things. Like if, on my tombstone, it says that I love the New York Giants, then I feel like I failed, which New York Giants are awesome, but it's not what takes up my time. When I look at my calendar, those three things to me consume my time. And those three things are what I schedule for. I scheduled dates with my wife. Actually, later this afternoon, I got a date with my wife, and I scheduled it in my calendar. Like, I am not taking phone calls. I'm not doing anything in the afternoon because I'm taking my wife out on a date. I have to do that. One, because I'm half retarded, but two, because if I don't schedule it, right, like it never gets done. Honestly, like I'm very systematic in that. Like I schedule my workouts. I schedule all this stuff in there because I don't want and when you get out and you no longer have that structure in the military, and kind of what we were talking about a few minutes ago, it's like the military just preps you for doing whatever you want to do. And like when you're in the military, it's like, hey, every day they tell you what time to show up and what time to leave and what you're doing in between. And there's no like, oh, I got to make my own decision. Once you get out, it's like, wait, I can sleep into 7 o'clock. Like, this is awesome. Like, man, and it's so easy. It's so easy to fall off that. It's like, every morning I was up at 5:45, boom, 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 going to the team, driving here, doing this. And now it's like, well, I get up at 6, I get up at 6:30, I don't care. I get my workout in.
It's funny that structure, you absolutely need it. And you're right. The military does prep you for that. And I mean, I notice it generally, even on the weekends, I'm up at 5:45, but occasionally, whenever I'm having sleep issues or something like that, like yesterday, for example, I didn't sleep at all. I slept until I finally got to sleep, and I slept until 8:30, and I felt like I had wasted the day. Like the day had gone like that. I got I got a couple things done, but nothing like I thought. And it's funny because me and you throw date nights in the calendar and stuff like that. Like me and the family, to include the kids, have a shared calendar. That way we all know what's going on. We all, have certain places we need to be, invites, date nights, the whole deal. And it sounds ridiculous. Like, what, are you kidding me? You got to schedule time, put it on your calendar to have a date night. And man, when you get busy enough, and it at least holds you to it. Because it's like, hey, anybody else that can see your calendar, hey, I know that he's got something going on. I'm not going to bother him. And then it's almost kind of like you said at the beginning when you told everybody that you were going to go be a SEAL. Man, all right, you almost kind of went all in and said, hey, this is what's happening. And then when it doesn't happen, people are like, hey, I thought you said you were going to go be a SEAL, or I thought you were going to go take your wife out for a date. Yeah, about that,
Yeah. Well, the people that say it's ridiculous are the same people that will say they don't have time, but then they sit there and watch Netflix for 4 hours each night. It's like, dude, you know how much stuff I can get done?
Oh, I know.
If I can get 4 hours, like uninterrupted 4 hours of time, like, oh man, I'm crushing through some work.
I'd pay for that.
Yeah. But I love that. It's like, people are always like, I don't know how you have time to run this or do this. You have all these different companies and all this stuff like that. It's like, for me, again, I control my calendar. I don't let that calendar control me. I don't sit there on weekends and binge watch all day, episodes and shows. And I mean, we will put on a show and have it on the background, but like, I'm doing something else. Like, I'm not just sit there glued to whatever it is. My kids love it whenever they're like, hey, let's watch a movie. And what happens in the movie, I fall asleep. Doesn't matter what the movie is, unless it's Top Gun. Then I'll stay awake for that. Then I'm just sitting there reciting the whole thing, and they're like, I hate you. Like,
especially
stop.
The volleyball scene. That volleyball scene is
It's hot. I got you.